Hi, my name is Jose Macias. I'm the current board president, and I want to welcome you to Habitat for Humanity. Well, it's actually, it probably starts with my mother. She actually came from Mexico to the U.S. 30, almost a little over 40 years ago. And when she came here, as soon as she figured out how to get in a house and she was in a stable place, so she would let people live in a small room in our home and let them, build save up a little bit so they can get in their own apartment or house or whatever. So I think it's kind of our culture, our family culture, to help where we can, whether that's through sharing your home or sharing food or sharing education, like trying to, share your wisdom, things you've learned, trying to help people not learn the hard way if you know a better way to do it. So I think it starts with her, to be honest with you. She's the one that sort of, just without saying it, she just sort of clearly valued people and supporting the community. So then, of course, my brother, he's worked at a bank, he's worked in escrow. He just added tremendous value to Habitat. Historically, he's been, I can't tell you how many years, 5 to 10 years probably, on the board. And he mentioned, I think I heard him say like weeks earlier that there was an opening on the board. And I just asked, like, hey, you think they'd take me in? Before I actually submitted the application, I looked into what they were about, and I read their creed, the philosophy, where it came from, and that was something that I just really actually believed in. As a lay person going into the group and being a board member and just learning about the organization, I assumed it had a lot to do with a degree of charity, right? But it's fundamentally helping people stand up for themselves or helping people improve their situations. I think a lot of organizations talk a lot, and there's a lot of speeches and a lot of writing and a lot of public affairs, but it's just a lot. It's just all guts, The thing that really stuck with me, and I think about it all the time, it's not a handout, it's a hand up. And as an analogous thinker, I often visualize that it's not that I'm not giving you a fish, I'm showing you how to fish, right? And I've learned that wealth came from, or a lot of modern capitalistic wealth comes from assets and ownership of land, property, homes, and whatever else. So the idea of helping someone get into a home and to learn how to manage the home and the property, that is the actual way to help a family build wealth over the long term. That's the pivot point for a family's success. And being born and raised in the Lower Valley, where a lot of people don't understand that, or they just don't have the opportunity or the education to understand that basic principle, me realizing that that's what Habitat does was just a really beautiful thing. I just can't help but contribute wherever I can. Again, I don't feel like I don't build homes, I don't finance homes, so I still feel like a standout. But the one thing that I'm reminded about is that I'm from the community that we serve. Growing up, I realized that a lot of the people in my community did not know how to work in the world, like how to get ahead, or, for example, you don't just go to school, you go to school as a means to an end, right? Like you just have to understand these how to work within our system. And it's just, I saw a lot of people not understand that. And I didn't understand it, of course, as a child. My parents didn't really understand it. Like, they understand it in their own way. They figured out how to manage their little pocket of the world. But there's just there isn't a lot of opportunity, and there isn't a lot of education. And Habitat seems to do those things that I found were missing. I think my perspective is as long as we're honest and we're faithful to the mission, as long as we keep providing a safe, stable environment that again has temperature controls and has a roof and is stable. I think as long as we do that, I think we're in good shape. I hope we continue to grow. I hope we continue to be able to put people in homes. I hope we continue to be able to provide opportunity when there maybe isn't.